In the wake of the release of Sonic Dream Team, I decided to look back on past mobile Sonic games and to see if any of them were any good. And my god, I found horrible games and amazing games. But really only one stood apart by far as one of the greatest mobile games I've ever played in my life. This game doesn't come close to Dream Team, no, but this game is so wonderful. Sonic Runners, in my eyes, is one of the most underrated Sonic games for a plethora of reasons. So today, we will be exploring Sonic Runners and why I think it's Sonic's most underrated gem.
Lights, camera, action.
But first, let's bring in some context for Sonic Runners. What is a Sonic Runners? Who made it? What is it all about? Let's start at the beginning. Sonic Runners was developed by Sonic Team for iOS and Android and was released in 2015. This was after the absolute failure that was Sonic 4 Episode 2, so it was only up from here. Tomoya Ohtani composed the soundtrack of the game, which would be a major topic point on this video. Sonic Runners would shut down not even a year later though, in July of 2016, due to poor critical and fan reception. Though the gameplay was praised, the critics and the people alike disliked the pay-to-play and the pop-up ads in the game. In 2017, Sonic Runners Adventures was released, which unlike its predecessor did not have in-game purchases nor did it have pop-up ads, but a lot of charm of the game was taken out, which we will be talking about. We will be focusing on the original runners in this video though, and we will touch upon Adventures in the end. One of the most major differences between the original runners and Adventures is the fact how the levels were accessed. Instead of simply beating the level and moving on, you need a certain amount of red rings to progress the main story. Each level in Runners also did not have an ending. You would run until you died, and that's it. Every now and again, you would have to face Eggman, and if you defeated him, the level would get harder, with more obstacles and enemies. Another thing Runners had that was lost in Adventures was the power-ups that Sonic and Co. could use. There was of course your standard invisibility and whatnot, but there was also the Wisps. And yes, I can already hear everyone's keyboards clacking away how the Wisps suck ass, and they do. But here they are utilized less of a main game gimmick, but as a temporary power-up. You don't even have to use them if you don't want to. That's exactly how they should have been utilized in Colors in my eyes. The game would also get a numerous amount of updates that would introduce new characters. So by the time the game was cancelled, the character roster was massive. And I mean we had Amy, Blaze, and fucking Mephiles the Dark. What? It's actually really cool seeing so many characters, and I hope that they would do the same for Sonic Dream Team. But actually, the main reason I made this video was for one reason, and one reason only. The soundtrack of Sonic Runners. I'm being very serious when I say this is perhaps one of the greatest soundtracks in Sonic history. This time was an interesting period for Ohtani-san's music. This was right after those jolly and upbeats of Lost World, but prior to the synths and electronic music of Forces and Frontiers' Cyberspace. This leads to a very interesting mix of music, where most of it sounds like Lost World's soundtrack, but hints of Sonic Forces electronics shining through. Now there are only 13 songs in this OST, and in fact, you've been listening to some of them now. But let's go over each of them in detail. Side note, I literally know nothing about music, so if I mislabeled something, it's because I'm a dumbass. Going My Way is the invincibility theme in the original game, and Good Lord is the 50-second song amazing. The song has an incredibly infectious and playful beat that just makes me feel great. What's interesting is you never hear the last part of the song in game, the part where it becomes really quiet before bringing it back up as if it was being played by a DJ. Take a listen. Beyond the Speed Off is an amazing and happy piece, and plays on the title screen as well as the first zone of this game. It feels like the main theme of the game, and with how well it's made, I can most certainly see it. It at one point dies down before coming back up into a chorus that just makes me feel happy when I listen to it. This is a reoccurring thing you'll hear me say throughout most of these songs. They are a joy to listen to. Let's get back to it. Then again, it'll die down before the piano comes in and the chorus is brought back, with now drums and a lot more prevalent in the background. It's a really nice song to introduce the game to, and it feels so, well, Sonic. It reflects his character perfectly. This song makes you want to be happy and as free from constraints as Sonic is. Fly Away is essentially the main theme of the Flight characters, which is reflected really well with how it starts itself, with a very light beat before the guitars come in and ground the piece, telling you can't keep your head in the clouds, keep moving forward and don't give up. And it's not like they come out of nowhere or they're jarring. No, quite the opposite in fact. They sound completely natural. Otani literally knows exactly what he's doing when it comes to music. Take a listen to this one. Power Ride is shown as the main theme of the Power characters, and so the song starts out with a guitar that fits Knuckles' character perfectly. This continues before an insane change in the music where the guitar breaks down completely and Otani whips out a goddamn piano, like out of nowhere. What? And again, the change isn't jarring or bad, it's insanely natural. And the next time the piano comes in, instead of stopping, it continues playing as the guitar joins it and the two instruments are brought together into a heavenly duet. Theory of Attack is the boss theme, and it's a groovy and funky beat. Unlike the previous songs, it's so in your face about it, reflecting Eggman's character perfectly. Only after it makes an impression on you does it die back down a little before a double fake out as you think the song is restarting, but instead it leads back with an amazing guitar. Spring Emotions is a song I listen to in my free time consistently. The song makes me feel so happy. You are just launched into this beautiful melody. The violins just sing and the drums just bring it all together. Then it descends a little, relaxes, and lets you bask in the beats as the violins and the bells continue their song. It repeats itself twice before, instead of continuing the chorus, Otani brings out his accordion out of absolutely nowhere, bringing in Spagonia vibes to the song, elevating it so much more. After that peak, the song becomes quiet and reserved, allowing you to get hyped up for the final chorus, and when it comes, it's an absolutely beautiful ending to what is perhaps one of the best Sonic songs of all time. Where to today is the menu theme of the song, but that doesn't deter it from being a wonderful piece in its own right. While slower than most songs in the OST, it has a great beat with the guitars and drums delivering a wonderful one. The piano is also heard throughout most of the song and brings the piece a lot more life. Overall, I think this song is just as great as almost any other piece in this OST. Go quickly, you could consider the main theme of the Speed characters. My god though, is this song so Sonic. It's so fast, so upbeat, it makes you want to get up and do something. The guitars are so happy, they're so upbeat, and when that chorus comes around, it feels all the greater. peak of the song only comes after one more loop. Instead of repeating the same notes after the chorus, Otani deadass starts shredding on his guitar. Like a full 20 seconds of him just going crazy on that guitar before launching back into the chorus with renewed energy and that same guitar continuing to shred in the background. Absolutely fantastic song. Fiery Passion is a very interesting song, as it feels like a mixture of previous songs such as Power Ride and Fly Away. The guitar is playing in the background for the first part, until it takes a bigger prevalence as the song heads into its chorus. It has a very nice melody, and that little pause before you get thrown into the chorus is wonderful. And just like almost every song in Runners, when the song comes to a close, it has a break that allows you to wait for it to build back up into the chorus. Another fantastic song. End of the Summer is a song I'm very nostalgic about, and it's a song that is loved by so many people. This is one of the first Sonic songs I ever started listening to, and the song itself is such a bittersweet one. The song leans into the violins just like Spring Emotions does, but unlike that song, these violins aren't as upbeat or happy, but are more sad, but not to the point where you start feeling, well, sad. Tears of joy are meant to be cried, not of sadness. And that signature Runners build-up is in this song too. And when it builds back up, that's when it feels so joyful and less sad, making you feel happy to be here and listening to it. Without a doubt, End of the Summer is the best song in this OST. Strange Parade is another song I'm very nostalgic about, but for a completely different reason to that of End of the Summer. This song is also an ending theme, but unlike End of the Summer, there's nothing bittersweet about it. It's just a party, a celebration of their completion of the game. The song is just so happy, and perhaps shows us our first glimpse of the electronic music Otani would start using. The breakdown though, the song becomes so quiet, unlike any other song, and that's when you feel bittersweet, until it launches you right back up into that dazzling chorus, allowing you to feel that joy and that feeling of completion once again. I love Strange Parade, another absolutely amazing song. Magical Snow Day is a delight to listen to when it gets cold. The song is just like any runner song, upbeat and happy, but splices in that signature snow feel about it. This and Cool Edge are my favorite Sonic snow level themes by far. The chorus is wonderful as well. But when the song sounds like it's about to peter out, and when it calms down, that's when the chorus shines, as it tries to come back before being interrupted by another chill piece. And when you hear those guitars again, the chorus explodes back out, ending the song on an absolutely wonderful note. I love this song. Ambition is the song that plays when you're on the map, and what a perfect piece to end the album. It's so chill, so very relaxed, but never becomes a lo-fi beat, never becomes too quiet. The guitar is front and center in the song, and it allows you to sort of reflect on what you just did. A piano comes out every now and again, and wow, it is just perfect for this song. An amazing song to cap off one of the greatest Sonic OSTs of all time. Take a listen. And I'll let this one play for a little bit, and I'll let you reflect on whatever you really want. Take a listen. And that's Sonic Runners. I mean, yes, this video is mostly talking about the OST of this game, but that's because where I think Runners shines the most by far. This is a video game that looks mundane until you hear the music, and then the music makes every level absolutely worth playing just to enjoy the soundtrack. Runner's Adventure would succeed this game, but the main problem with it is that so many songs are no longer in this game. Go Quickly, End of the Summer, and Strange Parade, as well as many others, are just simply gone. Yes, you can hear a portion of the OST, but it's like reading a book with half of its pages torn out. You can understand the story, but you'll never get a full experience. Runners to me still remains as perhaps one of Sonic's biggest hidden gems, a game that should absolutely be accessible to play, but it now is almost impossible to. But that's all from me, guys. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao!